Okay, so here we are in a local Chinese restaurant, and we're all speaking English, but I thought we'd do a little video because what's interesting is that Vancouver is actually quite a diverse city. So you have a variety of exotic people here, all of whom can only speak English.
A little French.
And a little French, all right. Darren and Jennifer.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
There we go.
You got their Irish content.
And Lauren and Shelley. Now tell me, if you were to learn a language, which language would you like to learn?
I'd like to learn Chinese because I'm Chinese and I only speak English.
But your parents speak Chinese?
They do speak Cantonese.
Okay. Sort of. Okay, but you visit your relatives in China?
I have not visited them. They're coming in October though.
But they visited you here, because we met them. We were there as interpreters.
Yes, you were. You were our interpreters. Yes. That was last year.
Yeah. But, and what about you? If you were to learn a language, what would you learn?
Cantonese.
Cantonese. Because your mum
Speaks Cantonese.
speaks Cantonese. Right. Darren?
German. I always wanted to learn German.
And what we have in common, other than the fact that we're all friends, is that we're all interested in golf. Right? And Chinese food. Or going out for food. So,
And Chinese women.
Chinese women. Very good point. Okay. Hi there, just got back from dinner. And today I got a fair amount of studying in. I'm staying with Kim Young-ha's podcast because it's fascinating. He talks about literature and history and all the things that I like. But of course, I understand a little bit more each time. I first of all go through the text, linking the words that I need. And then I read it on my iPad, and I should tell you that I am now using the new iPad, the new mobile iLink app, which is a significant improvement over what we had previously. And I'm really enjoying it, and I can't say much more because we're working out some of the bugs, but I can actually link on the iPad. It's just I won't go into the details, but it's a lot better. And so I can basically listen to and read and mine all these articles from Kim Young-ha's podcast, learning interesting stuff as I go and gradually improving my Korean. So I want to talk a little bit about this idea of using more difficult texts. It's often said that we should stay with graded readers and things that are very easy for us. A lot of people like to spend a lot of time with Pimsleur or Asimil and such, and I don't. So I mean, it's up to each person. I find now that initially when I went back to Korean, I was listening to these grammar books with lots of patterns, and I did quite a bit of that. And I find I can't go back to that now because it's just too boring. I'm not learning anything, and I've only got so much time, and I want to do things that are interesting and stimulating. So I end up back at Kim Young-ha's podcast because I like listening to it, I like reading it, and fighting my way through it. Also, I was thinking to myself, I have a transcript. There are all kinds of passages that remain foggy to me. I don't really understand what he's saying. I kind of have a vague idea, even after I've translated the words. So if I had a translation, would that help me? And maybe it would. I don't know. But in the past, whenever I've had a translation, I've never really used it much. When I was starting to fight my way through, for example, Tolstoy's novels, I had the English. I had Anna Karenina or War and Peace in English. And I have even experimented. Some people say, well, listen in Russian and read in English. And I also had for Czech, I had an English language version of The Good Soldier Švejk. And I again experimented with listening to Czech and reading in English, but I never stuck with it. I ended up in both cases just dealing with the text in the target language, picking my way through the words, listening again, reading again, enjoying the substance, the content of what I was studying, and gradually seeing my vocabulary grow and my ability to deal with this content gradually improve. Because, there's so many things I would love to do, would love to read about. So I'm discovering the thoughts of Kim Young-ha regarding works of literature that I've never even heard of. with Czech, I did the Tolki Česko minulosti. I did some Tolstoy, some Turgenev when I was doing Russian. I followed the events in Russia via Echo Moskvy. So I'm gaining all this other stuff while my language is improving. That's kind of fun to do. To just sort of stay with, learning the patterns and phrases and tables and stuff. I just can't bring myself to do that. And I think that my Korean actually is improving more quickly now because I'm onto something that's meaningful to me. That's another reason why I'm not such a big fan of Asimil. People criticize me for criticizing Asimil, but I want, before Link, I would use material like Teach Yourself, which had word lists corresponding to each lesson. Well, I have gone through Asimil for the content that's there, but I never read. I never read the word for word or the translation that's there. That's just my style. Other people may like translations. So I guess all I'm saying is I'm thankful to have found this content, and I think anyone who is studying a language, once you get a hold of something that is in your area of interest, that's got lots of audio, that has a lot of lessons, and you can just continue to learn about whatever you're learning about and improving your language, that's really that's that tide that's going to carry you forward. And that's, as I've said before, that's where I am right now with my Korean. The only regret I have is that in Korean they no longer use the Chinese characters, because when I see these words and I see the Chinese character that's behind them, then I fully understand the meaning. And I think it would be much better if, as the Japanese do, they still use Chinese characters. But that's just for me. Koreans are very happy doing without Chinese characters, so that's their choice. So that's all. I will continue with Kim Young-ha, and with regard to our iPad, I hope that within a few weeks we'll be able to launch that, so you'll all be able to enjoy what I'm enjoying right now on my iPad. Bye for now.